Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and, well, we extract the knowledge you need, giving you a serious shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we are plunging into a truly fascinating source. It's called Rhythm of Return, Healing Generational Abandonment Through Sound.
Yeah, this one is. It's deep.
It is. So our mission today is to really understand how these ancient sound modalities, specifically the frame drum and the rattle, are being used as somatic tools.
Right, so tools for the body.
Exactly. To move beyond just talking about trauma and to actually address the physical and emotional residue of generational abandonment. The source calls it the father wound a lot.
And, for you, the listener who wants to get this stuff quickly, this source just completely reframes how we even think about trauma right from the start.
How so?
Well, the central premise, and it's a bit surprising, is that trauma isn't just a bad memory, a story in your brain. It's seen as a frequency stuck in the body. A frequency. Like a low, stagnant vibration that's literally settled into your cells. So healing isn't about talking. It's an active process of vibrating that stagnation out.
Wow, that changes everything. So instead of just talking about it, you're using rhythm to physically change your internal state.
Precisely. It's a journey of reparenting yourself through sound. And it draws really heavily on Aboriginal wisdom about consistency, about connection to the earth.
It sounds both practical and, profoundly spiritual.
It is.
Okay, let's unpack this. First, we have to identify how this wound even shows up.
So we start with this core concept the source calls the silent echo.
The silent echo.
Yeah. When a child is abandoned physically or, emotionally, it doesn't just make them sad. It creates this fundamental cavity inside.
A feeling of being unworthy.
Exactly. The feeling is I wasn't worthy of being stayed for. And that just spirals into this core belief of I'm not enough.
And the source is clear. This isn't just a thought. It shows up in the body, right? It manifests somatically.
Immediately. Yeah. It primarily lodges in two places. First is a tightness in the chest. The source calls it heart armor.
Like you're physically guarding yourself.
You're guarding against more pain, yes. And the second is a silence in the throat. That's where all the unspoken grief, the needs you never expressed, they just get locked down.
So before we even get to the instruments, there has to be a first step, an immediate self-acknowledgement, right?
Yes, and that's the listening hand practice. It's so simple, but it's revolutionary for the nervous system.
Okay.
You just sit, you place a hand over that tight area in your chest, and you stop waiting. You stop waiting for the parent or anyone to come back and fix it. You become the solution.
And you say something to yourself.
You do. You acknowledge that younger part of you who is still waiting, and you affirm out loud, I am here now. I am the one who stays.
Wow. That simple phrase is the direct antidote to waiting.
It is. It's an immediate correction to the original injury.
So you're replacing absence with your own presence. But, when you feel completely alone, how do you find a foundation that feels bigger than just yourself?
And that's where the Aboriginal wisdom comes in so powerfully. Abandonment makes you feel totally isolated, like your link to your lineage is broken.
Right.
But the teaching here is that you're never truly alone, because you can deliberately connect to what the source calls the good ancestors.
Wait, so who are the good ancestors? Is that like your biological family?
Not necessarily, and that's a great question. The source makes a distinction. The good ancestors could be those in your line who turn their pain into wisdom. Yeah. Or, and this is key, it can be the land itself.
The land?
The land is the first mother, the first father. When human parents fail, the earth is constant, it's unwavering, and that provides this foundational safety the nervous system can finally rely on.
That completely shifts the anchor point, and this grounding leads right into a sound practice, the earth beat.
Yes. The earth beat uses a frame drum, and you play a very slow, very steady, single beat, just boom, boom.
Yeah, and the slowness is important.
It's critical. It's slow enough that your nervous system can sync up with it without any anxiety. It's like mirroring the gravitational pulse of the earth.
And there's a visualization that goes with it, because that seems to be a huge part of this work.
It is. While you're drumming, you imagine this thick, strong root growing from the base of your spine down into the earth. And with every beat, you're confirming that connection. You're using sound and your mind to convince your body, deep down, you are being held.
So, okay, the body is anchored. You've confirmed your own presence. Now let's talk more about the drum itself. The source treats it as so much more than an instrument.
Oh, absolutely. The drum is called the sacred hoop.
The sacred hoop.
And the symbolism is its healing power. It's a circle, right? No beginning, no end. It represents the womb, the earth. For someone who was abandoned, That circle of safety was shattered. The drum is the tool to physically rebuild it.
And there's this genius teaching that says the drum is a mirror. What does that mean for healing?
It means it gives you the one thing the absent parent couldn't. Immediate, reliable, consistent feedback.
Ah.
You strike it, it answers. Every single time. It doesn't judge you, it doesn't lead. That guaranteed response is the therapeutic element. It starts to rewrite the nervous system's expectation of being left.
So every beat is like a tiny piece of proof that consistency is possible.
Exactly. And that builds trust over time. And there's a specific practice for this called closing the circle.
Okay, how does that work?
For this one, you hold the drum really close, sometimes right up against your chest. You start humming a low tone directly into the drum skin. And you keep humming until you feel the drum vibrate back against you.
So you can actually feel it.
You feel it. That return vibration is a tangible, physical boundary of safety. You are literally creating a sealed, protected circle around yourself.
So the drum builds safety, but I mean, safety alone isn't enough when you're dealing with years of sorrow. What about all that dense, stored trauma?
And that's exactly when we shift tools. We move from the soothing sound of the drum to the transformative sound of the rattle.
So the drum holds, the rattle releases.
The rattle releases. It changes things. The sources say that trauma calcifies. It becomes this energetic armor around the heart. It's a density you can't just think your way out of. It has to be physically broken up.
Right, the idea that you can't pour fresh water into a full cup. You have to empty it first.
That's the perfect analogy. And the rattle, when you shake it hard, it makes this high, sharp sound. It mimics cleansing things like heavy rain or even fire.
And that frequency is what does the work.
That high frequency is what shatters the low, stagnant density. It's like a sonic hammer breaking up those old stories of I am unlovable that have become physically stuck.
Now, for a listener who might be a bit skeptical about sound breaking up density, can you explain the mechanism there?
Sure. Think of it less as music and more as pure vibration. The heavy energy of trauma is a very low, slow frequency. The rattle introduces a chaotic, high-frequency energy that destabilizes it. It literally shakes it so it can't hold its solid state anymore.
That makes sense. And the technique for this is called the spinal sweep. It sounds very active.
It's intensely active. You stand up, you shake the rattle vigorously, and you move it slowly up your spine, over your head, and then down the front of your body. It's a sweeping motion.
And again, the visualization is key.
Absolutely. You are imagining that sound shattering the heavy gray energy of rejection, seeing it just break apart and fall away like dust. It's a very intentional physical expulsion.
That sounds incredibly cathartic. So once that energy is loose, we move into, what, the final stages of reparenting?
Exactly. Now we're talking about regulating the nervous system itself. The abandoned child often lives in one of two states: anxious fight or flight, or the numb, collapsed freeze state. And the sources remind us, the drum beat mimics the mother's heartbeat in the womb. That is the original sound of safety. So this is how we reparent the nervous system at its most primal level.
Which brings us to the mother-father heartbeat practice. How is this rhythm different from the slow earth beat?
This one is more specific. It's 1-2, 1-2, like boom-ba, boo-ba. It's designed to mimic that parental heart, to manually override the inner child's panic.
And what's interesting is the teaching stresses focusing on the space between the beats. Why is that?
Because that quiet pause confirms that the next beat will reliably come. The consistency is in the pause just as much as the beat. That's where the nervous system finds that deep safety.
And while you're playing this, you're also using affirmations.
Yes, precisely. You play the rhythm and you affirm, I am safe, I am steady, I am whole. You're creating an internal rhythmic anchor that proves the fear of abandonment wrong.
But real safety also means you have the ability to release things. We talked about grief getting trapped in the throat. How does sound help get that out without just overwhelming a person?
There's a really structured technique for this called the keening drum.
Keening, like wailing.
Exactly. This involves a fast, steady beat like a running horse. This swift, constant rhythm provides the energy and, crucially, the container to support the release of all that held sadness.
But why a fast rhythm? Wouldn't something slower be more soothing?
The slow rhythm soothes, but the fast rhythm carries. It acts as the strong support system. When that intense grief, that wail, finally comes up from your belly, there's a fear you might just shatter.
Right.
The teaching says the drum acts as the strong father energy that can handle your pain. The rhythm is so constant, it ensures that even as you break open emotionally, the container of sound holds you together. You don't fall apart.
The drum as the container. That's a critical insight for reparenting, because the whole journey is about proving consistency to that child inside.
Yes. Consistency is the primary, non-negotiable antidote to abandonment. A steady rhythm is undeniable proof to your nervous system that you are reliable.
And there's one final reparenting practice to seal this commitment. It's called the lullaby.
The lullaby practice is all about gentleness. You hold the drum like a baby, and instead of striking it, you just tap it softly with your fingertips, making a sound like soft rain.
And you rock with it.
You rock your body slowly, and you visualize holding your younger self, and you give that ultimate affirmation, I will never leave you. You're sealing that circle of self-commitment.
So, we've built safety, released the old energy, regulated the nervous system. But the source points out this final hurdle. People are often still unconsciously waiting for that parent to come back.
Exactly. That waiting keeps your energy stuck in the past. And that's the whole purpose of the severing rattle practice.
And the idea of forgiveness here is really important because it's easily misunderstood.
It is. Forgiveness in this work isn't about condoning what happened. It is defined as releasing the hope that the past will be different.
Releasing the hope.
You're severing the cord of expectation that they will ever come back and complete you. You have to cut that cord to get your energy back.
And the practice itself sounds pretty vigorous.
It is. You visualize a cord from your navel to that absent parent. Then you take the rattle and you make a really fast, vigorous slashing motion through the air. And with every slash you say, I call my spirit back from the past. I call my energy back to me now.
This moves us into the final stage, which is generational healing. Acknowledging that the parent who left was probably also abandoned.
And this is where you become the cycle breaker. You see the pain, but you refuse to let it flow through you into the future.
And the practice for this is called the ancestral river.
Yes. You use the drum again with a flowing, rolling rhythm, and you visualize all that generational trauma as a dark river. But, and this is crucial, you see it flowing past you, not through you.
So you're stepping out of the current.
You're stepping out of the current. You are asserting your pain is yours, my life is mine. And that is the moment you become the new source of strength for your lineage.
You transmute the pain into wisdom and become the new ancestor. And the final declaration of this is the victory song.
It's a full-body declaration. A loud, confident, celebratory beat on the drum. You stomp your feet. And it ends with 4 loud, deliberate beats to the 4 directions, honoring your new, sovereign place at the center of your own life.
You know, this deep dive really shows that healing isn't just in your head, it's vibrational. The drum remembers for you, the rattle cleanses, the vibration heals. It feels like you're finally doing the work your ancestors couldn't. You finally stayed for yourself.
Exactly. So if consistency is the ultimate antidote to abandonment, and every single beat is proof that you are reliable, my final question for you, the listener, is this. How can you use simple rhythms in your daily life to prove to your nervous system that you are steady?
What a question.
What small rhythmic act can you commit to every day to deepen that felt sense of your own safety and your own reliability?
That is the stabilizing vibration we will leave you with. Thank you for joining us for this incredibly insightful deep dive into the healing power of sound.